Roughly 3,000 people turned out to join the Occupy Sydney protest on Saturday, the largest numbers yet.
99%! 99%! 99%! We are the 99%, and guess what? We're not alone. It's not only Sydney. It's not only Sydney-siders that are coming together. The world is coming together in the most inspirational movement of working people in the history of humanity.
Sydney is one of the hundreds of cities globally involved in the Occupy movement that seeks to highlight the inequalities between the corporate elite and the rest of society.
Something is wrong when there is so much inequality that does exist. There is such a big gap between the rich and the poor, even in Australia. And there's a real conviction that, you know, at some point you have to say enough is enough, and I think people are saying now is the time to draw that line.
The protesters marched through the streets of Sydney chanting anti-corporate slogans, ending in Martin Place, the city's financial hub. This is the third Occupy Sydney protest in 3 consecutive weeks. Protesters say they are fed up with the corporate greed in Australia, which has seen the wealth disparity grow year after year. They have vowed to maintain their protest until the economic and other inequalities that are affecting the 99%, as they have described themselves, are addressed. The frustrations of protesters were further exacerbated earlier in the week when 4 of the major banks announced record profits, a combined $25 billion. Despite the massive earnings, the major banks have signalled they will cut or outsource jobs amid uncertain global financial conditions.
Westpac, $6.3 billion profit announced this week. $6.3 billion profit, and the analysis said that none of this is going to be passed on to the ordinary bank tellers or office workers, because cutting costs is the key to their future growth and their future profits. It's exactly what we're here standing about.
The protesters also held what they called a mock funeral for democracy.
We are gathered here today to mourn the passing of democracy. It has grieved me, as I know it has grieved you all, that over the last number of years we have watched as our dearly beloved democracy has been abused by the 1% and the politicians that they are able to buy off. We have seen democracy wither into a token gesture that is seen as a nuisance every 3 years. Wither into a justification to invade and make war.
As the rally drew to a close, a General Assembly was called where all the participants voted after vigorous debate to reoccupy a section of the city. The protesters set up the occupation in Hyde Park in the city's centre. Police moved in and approached a group of people who'd erected a sun shelter and asked them to dismantle it. Within minutes, approximately 10 more police arrived and arrested 2 people, dragging 1 woman away that had been tackled to the ground. Rihab Sharida, Press TV, Sydney.